It's been a little over 18 months since the last Nintendo Direct, and boy did Nintendo hit us with a big one. There was just so much information to digest from getting Pyra into Smash to Splatoon 3. I wouldn't have normally made this video, but I just felt obligated to talk about it after the long drought. Of course, I won't be talking about everything we saw in the Nintendo Direct since it was a mouthful of announcements, but there were definitely some announcements that stood out from the others. The Direct first opened up with the reveal for Pyra and Mythra in Smash. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never felt more hype at any moment in my life. They were my dream characters, and I didn't think Sakurai would put them in, but I was proven wrong, and I'm so glad that I was. And, funny enough, this was the only reveal trailer in which I actually caught most of the references to the main game. At the same time, I also understand the frustration of getting another anime Swords character, but this can be a great way to boost interest in this series, and get people to start playing Xenoblade, which I would totally recommend. Hopefully you can all get your favorite characters in the future. There are still 2 more fighters to go. So then we get presented with the Fall Guys port. This announcement will definitely help expand the player base, as Fall Guys is kind of like that Mario Party Online experience we've been wanting from Nintendo for a while. And it's also coming to Xbox, making Fall Guys multiplied after a year. We also got a couple of other ports such as Outer Wilds, which let's be honest, we all thought was the Outer Worlds, Famicom Detective Club, which actually looks very interesting and something I might give a go on, Legend of Mana, and even another teaser trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, which looks incredible on the Switch. Then, out of nowhere, we get a new Mario Golf game. Not gonna lie, the scenery in this game puts Pokemon Sword and Shield to shame. But you know, it looks like your traditional Mario Golf game, but that new speed golf mechanic looks very fun to play with friends. Though I hope that story mode is not as lackluster as Mario Tennis Aces, but I definitely dig the RPG elements and the Miis. Seriously, I love the Mii games on the 3DS. And speaking of Miis, Miitopia was also announced to be heading over to the Switch. In this version, they added more ways to customize your Miis, which is awesome, cause I'm all for customization. What I hope to see in this port is a harder difficulty, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I had a blast playing this game on the 3DS, and this makes me hopeful that we can see a port or a sequel to Tomodachi Life. We also got a release date and some gameplay footage for No More Heroes 3. It's kinda disappointing that No More Heroes 3 got pushed back so far into 2021, but the game looks super unique with its homage to pop culture, so I'm definitely looking forward to what Suda51 has in store for us. Not much I have to say about this game. This gameplay kinda reminds me of Ghost Runner, and the character designs are pretty cool. And now to a franchise I haven't heard of in a long time. While I don't have much interest in this game, the fact that it's running on the Frostbite engine means we could potentially see games like Madden and Battlefield come to Switch, which is an exciting prospect. Animal Crossing and Mario are having a fun collab, which introduces a lot of new items and costumes. It'll be exciting to see what people can make with these items. Heck, maybe they can make a full-blown Mario course. Now this announcement from Square was definitely unexpected. I thought it was first a sequel to Octopath Travelers and Final Fantasy Tactics reboot, but we got another project from the Square Enix team. Their naming conventions for this game was pretty funky, but I don't blame them. Coming up with a title is pretty difficult. They also released a demo for the game, which you should definitely check out. When I first heard that the creators of the Danganronpa and the Zero Escape series were working on this title, I definitely got excited. You could see the influences those games had on this one, like the big cast of characters and a post-apocalyptic world. Overall, I'd say this looks like a lighter version of Danganronpa, and I'm looking forward to see what this game is all about. I don't know much about the Ninja Gaiden series, but I heard that it is pretty difficult. However, the collection looks like fun, so I'll keep this trilogy on my radar. This announcement wasn't a shocker, but it's odd that they didn't really show much other than a page and a timeline for what we're gonna get. The DLC seems pretty lackluster though, only having some additional characters, items, and stages. And then we get pranked when Aonuma shows up. We didn't get any significant update on Breath of the Wild 2, but I didn't really feel the disappointment many others felt because I want to make sure this game comes out a masterpiece. So Aonuma can have all the time he wants. However, he did show off a new port which has been rumored to be part of the Zelda 35th Anniversary Collection, being Skyward Sword HD. I have conflicting opinions about this game since the motion controls really hindered gameplay, but I think that this game will sell pretty well and is a great start to the Zelda celebration. They also announced the new Zelda Joy-Cons, which is probably the most unique Joy-Cons I've ever seen. Though because of that, these Joy-Cons will probably be scalped to the moon, so it'd be best to prepare yourself if you're interested in these. The last announcement was definitely one of the biggest. I don't think anyone ever anticipated Splatoon 3 to be announced in the Switch's lifespan. The new story mode looks like it's set in a sort of post-apocalyptic world where all the water has been dried up, and just like how the Octolings teamed up with the Inklings, the Salmon probably teamed up with the Inklings for a new foe on dried land. I like how they've added more customizability to your characters, and the new Inkopolis Square, or whatever the main hub will call it, looks pretty cool. I hope they add more ways to interact with the main hub of the game, such as a bigger city, and being able to explore the inside of the buildings. Now for the gameplay. I noticed that you can get to choose where you initially spawn, which is pretty cool. The gameplay looks more fluid than Splatoon 2, and they've added new mechanics and weapons, like being able to jump backwards while swimming, and the bow and arrow. We also see new and returning specials like the Crab Robot Special and the Inkzooka from Splatoon 1. Overall, I'd say this direct was pretty solid. Nothing crazy exciting, except for that Pyra and Mythra reveal. And yes, there was a good influx of Eastern games, which not everyone appreciates, and I get that. But this direct had something from everyone, from RPGs to Zelda and even Splatoon. This is a great way to start the year, and I hope to see a Nintendo Direct around E3 time. Until then, thank you all for watching this amateur spew out his mediocre opinions, and let me know your thoughts on Nintendo Direct in the comments section below. Until next time.
Well, what did you think? Okay, the next game will be our last announcement for today. Please take a look at this.
Alright, we got Pyra, Mythra, and Smash. Now, all we need is...
Oh, and if you haven't already, play Xenoblade 2 you cunts.
Don't forget me!
Let's show him a thing or three. I like your attitude.